and welcome back to Music Free Static. I hope you're having a fabulous day. And on February 27th, Twitch CEO Dan Clancy wrote and published an open letter that describes sort of the roadmap for Twitch going forward through 2025. Now, it's kind of funny. It's a lot of the same stuff that was in last year's open letter, but there's some interesting things going through it. I wanted to talk about it a little bit because Twitch is such a weird beast, okay? It's one of those things where everybody uses it for streaming, but Twitch just can't seem to get it together to be profitable. And that leads to some interesting issues, right? Because at some point, Amazon's going to come down on them. It's like, dude, y'all have to make money or we're going to have to shut you down or something, right? So there's some interesting things going forward here that some I think is going to be, some of it's going to be cool. Some of it I think is going to be weird, but let's dig through and talk about it. Now I've got the letter linked in the show notes so you can take a look for yourself and see what he said, but let's dig into this. Now, one of the first things he talks about was increased collaboration. Now, Dan Clancy's personal hobby horse has been Stream Together. Okay. I think Stream Together as a tool in a lot of ways is kind of cool, but I think he's focusing it on the wrong audience, or maybe he just doesn't understand how Twitch actually works. Okay. But one of the things he is bringing up is shared hype trains. Okay. So if you are using the Stream Together tool with another streamer and a hype train kicks off, or actually maybe the bits and subs and all that stuff of the different streams coming together at the same time can trigger a hype train across both channels, I think is actually how that's going to work, which would be kind of cool. I guess people like hype trains. So, you know, everyone likes seeing numbers go up, I guess, so that's cool. They're also talking about other monetization features that can be used when you are collaborating. I have no idea what that's going to be, but I could easily see something like, hey, you're streaming together and somebody can donate to the combined stream, maybe. I think that could be a little bit problematic, but I don't know. They haven't announced it, so if you have any idea what that could be, let me know. But they had another thing here. I'll read you a quote from the letter. He says, "We also will continue to explore ways to help smaller streamers find other streamers who are interested in collaborating, and by creating communal events like Trick or Treat." Now, this is where I think Clancy has no idea how streaming actually works. Okay, because the reality is nobody likes forced socialization. Okay, if you want to get together with your friends and stream together, that's awesome, right? There are definitely streamers I watch that they'll all get together, and they'll play. Like I watch a lot of Hermitcraft, okay, and a lot of the hermits stream, and so yes, so sometimes they're streaming and they're playing on the same Minecraft server, obviously Hermitcraft. But other times, they'll fire up games like Headliners or Phasmophobia or any of those other things, and a bunch of them will be streaming as well. Now, I've never seen them use the tools, but I think there's a good reason for it. But their chat scrolls fast enough that if you use shared chat, it becomes a problem, I think. And they don't need the rest of it. So, you know, because things like Phasmo or Headliners use in-game chat as part of the gameplay, or in-game voice, right? As part of the gameplay. So none of Stream Together actually makes sense, right? You know, I know for me as a family-friendly streamer, I have to be very careful about who I collaborate with, because I need to be sure that if I'm streaming with somebody, they're not going to be dropping F-bombs on my family-friendly stream, right? So yeah, I think there are some issues there that they don't fit with the modern streaming people, right? Now, who knows? Maybe people will get together and say this is the greatest thing ever, but just my understanding of streamer behavior, that's not going to fly. All right. Moving on, things like the mobile app. Okay. Now, it this is one of those cases where Twitch is in a weird position. Okay, and this isn't necessarily Twitch's fault. All right, but a lot of people like to watch on their phones. Okay, the problem is a phone is a vertical format typically, and streams are not. Okay, right? Most people, they grab their phone, they're picking it up, and then they're scrolling like this, right? Well, that doesn't work well for a horizontal medium like streaming. So what Twitch is leaning into is enhanced broadcasting, so that a streamer can send not only their horizontal stream, but they could use something like Atom's vertical plugin or something else that send a vertical stream as well. So that, hey, if I'm watching on a phone and I'm holding it vertically, I will get the vertical stream. And if I turn my phone horizontally, perhaps without dropping it, then I can get the horizontal stream, right? Okay, that's cool. Now, it kind of sucks for people like me who live out in the sticks with, I'm kind of limited to cable internet, so my upload stream or upload bandwidth only supports one stream. Okay, I can't stream. I can't send two streams. I wish I could. It would make multi-streaming a heck of a lot easier, but I cannot do it, Captain. It doesn't work. Okay. They made another comment in the letter about the mobile app. He says, "We will continue to invest in the feed to help viewers find content, reducing the time it takes to load as you swipe, improving the quality of the streams we recommend, and exploring adding more signals like chat." Okay. Now, one of the problems Twitch has, and actually all live streaming has really, is discovery. Okay? Because discovery is hard. Discovery of live content is hard. Right? Because if you have a video, right? I upload a video to YouTube, YouTube can process this, they can go off subtitles that either they generate or I upload with it, and that lets them dig in and say, hey, what is this stream actually about? Right? So they can see, hey, this tutorial video this is a tutorial video, let's send it to these people, or this is something else, we'll send it to those people. Live content is just weird because, well, I might be recording maybe tutorial type stuff, maybe. It just doesn't, it's hard for automated systems to discover that. So they have to lean into things like signals like chat, as you said in the open letter. But more often than not, my chat's not talking about my gameplay because honestly, I'm playing Minecraft and yeah, sometimes it's cool and we're talking about what I'm building and stuff, but more often than not, we're chatting about something else while I'm building, right? We're having conversations about movies or something, right? Well, okay, sure, people who want to come in and talk about movies, it's great. Are they going to be someone who's going to want to stick around? And, for my Minecraft gameplay, that's a hard problem to solve. And I certainly don't envy Twitch trying to solve this. But the problem that Twitch has is discovery is a two-way street. I was just talking about it from my perspective as a streamer, but what about someone who's trying to find content, right? Somebody who wants to find streams, okay? And that's tough. Now, with more people using the mobile app, it's like, okay, can we at least make the app faster to find streams? It's okay, cool. But it's hard to tell if you want to hang out in a stream because, hey, so often it's going to take 5 or 10 minutes for you to really get the groove of a stream. Sometimes it takes 15 seconds to realize that this is not the place for you, okay? And that's fine too. One of the things they're trying to do is use Twitch clips I think, as a shorthand for some of that, right? So when you're scrolling live content, that's fine. But they're leaning into clips, I think, is a way to get more people into the app. So one of the things they're rolling out is a system that will Make it easier to find, edit, and share clips, saith Dan Clancy, while giving you the tools to see how they grow your community. Okay. So the second half of that is great for streamers because, hey, analytics is awesome. One of the reasons I like streaming on YouTube is the analytics. Twitch's analytics are pretty bad. Okay. I can't see if anybody's watching the VODs. I can't see if anybody's watching the clips. Oh, I can see the number go up, but I can't see if people see the clips that are now following the channel, right? I can't see any of that. So I think Twitch for streamers wants to make that visible, but the other side of that is I think they want to make Twitch clips into TikTok, right? TikTok or Reels or YouTube Shorts, right? Where you've got a bunch of these short videos and you're just doom scrolling. The problem with that, one, is monetization of that sucks, okay? From everybody's perspective, there is no way you can monetize that makes anybody happy. Okay. You know, it's a thing. They'll certainly try it, but people don't scroll those services. They don't scroll TikTok and Twitch and Shorts, especially the discovery feed or the For You page, to follow people. They're not swiping through those minute-long or 2-minute-long videos to go subscribe to a 4-hour stream, right? That's just, it's a different mindset. And I wonder if that feed, right, that of clips, is that going to automatically help? I don't know. I don't know. Now, one of the things I would like to see with Twitch clips, if they're going to do that, is they recently added a thing to clips so that you can sort of set a default format. Okay. So again, we're talking horizontal streams, right? Gameplay, it's 16:9 or whatever video, wide video, and making it skinny. And so they built a system into their clips editor so you can, I will cut out my camera from the side of the page, I can move it up to the top, and we'll resize the rest of the gameplay here so we get something that works in the vertical format. Okay, that's great. But I have to go edit a clip by hand every time to get that to happen. What if Twitch did that automatically? That would be kind of cool, right? Will they? I don't know. Probably not. Because I could certainly see an argument that maybe we want to manually move things around or something like that for this particular clip. Okay, that's fine. But still, you know, when I create a clip, I'm saving it on my desktop, so I go through and edit it in DaVinci Resolve. If I want to add, you know, extra bonus highlights or other things, I can do that. You know, flashy things or reaction GIFs or, you know, subtitles or whatever, and then I spam that out to the various creator media sites. Okay, Twitch, I don't know. They're trying to do something. Okay, and I don't know how well that's actually going to work. So we'll see. I have not seen a lot of transition of people watching my clips on TikTok and becoming followers on YouTube or on Twitch. Okay, I have seen it translate on YouTube, but that's because it's the same system. Someone hits subscribe on YouTube because of a clip, they also subscribe to my videos and to my streams. So, you know, that's a thing. Now, one of the things that's really getting people, I don't want to say up in arms, but it's really raised some eyebrows, is this. I'm going to, again, read from the letter. It says, in 2025, we're excited to open up monetization tools, subscriptions and bits, to most streamers from day one. This will allow creators, regardless of their status, to grow their communities and start building earnings through direct patronage. We're not building earnings. We don't need a whole army of Berts here either. So, no, this is interesting. Okay. Now, let's set some context here for a minute. Okay. Twitch for ever, really, has had a threshold before you could start monetizing your streams on Twitch. Okay. You had to have an average of 3 viewers per stream for a month. Okay. After that, they automatically enroll you in the affiliate program, or they automatically send you an invite to the affiliate program. And then you can turn on monetization and a bunch of other things. Okay, cool. And that allows people to subscribe to your channel in the US, it's $6 a month. They can send you bits, which again, in the US translate to a penny per bit, right? That type of thing. Okay, cool. But there's always that threshold. And for some streamers, that's a hard thing to do. Now, other streamers, it's, it takes them a month and they're ready to go. It took me a long time because apparently I'm not interesting or something. I don't know. Now, I've heard a lot of affiliates whining, that it invalidates their grind, okay, that it took for them to get affiliate. It's like, well, does it though? I mean, does it? But here's the thing. Twitch is competing against Kick. Now, Kick keeps trying to shoot themselves in the foot. If they would grow up a little bit, fix some of the disastrous streamers, to be honest. It's a hot mess over there. But there you're monetized basically from day one. Trovo, which very few people actually stream on, again, monetized from day one. Rumble is monetized from day one. Now, you actually have to have some viewers to actually make money off of all of that, and I think Rumble is just ads, but it takes some time. For someone who's just starting out, that's attractive. It's attractive to say, oh, you mean I could get subscriptions and tips immediately through this channel? Well, let's do this over here rather than Twitch, which at the very least will take 30 days. So, okay, that's cool. I think there's a deeper thing here to consider, though. And I think it's a little bit of a philosophical switch in some ways for Twitch. The idea here, Twitch has been like a 3-tiered system, okay? You had your partners who got better payouts. For a while, they had different terms for streaming on Twitch. That's not typically the case anymore. And then sometimes they had other perks, like, oh, there's the partner lounge at TwitchCon. Sometimes they had an actual person they could talk to if they had problems, okay? Then you had your affiliates, which were monetized but had none of the perks, right? All they got was the money, okay? And for actually most people, that's probably good. The difference right now is that, you get a lower split. So in Twitch, for affiliates, it's a 50-50 split. For every person who subscribes to your channel, the streamer gets half, Twitch gets half, and if there's a penny off, it goes to Twitch, okay? So, for example, if it's $6 in the US, but if it were $5.99, the streamer would get $2.99, Twitch would get $3, okay? Sure, okay, whatever. Still, roughly 50-50 split. The streamer keeps all the bits, okay? Twitch takes their cut off the top before it comes to the streamer, so there's that. But then they have tiers for what basically becomes their partner program, where you get a 60-40 or a 70-30 split. And only the very highest tier streamers are getting the 70-30 split. But there isn't a whole lot of benefit to being a partner. You get a few more emote slots. Maybe you get a partner manager. Partners can apply for front page, so they can get an 8-hour slot when they're on the front page carousel. Okay, that's fun. The way things have been rolling out, Twitch has been really leveling I would say not necessarily leveling the playing field, but leveling the players. Right? You all basically drop in now at affiliate level, and everyone just goes. And now it's looking like You don't even have to wait to try to get some magical affiliate status. You can get in and start making money right away. And this, so let me throw one other bit of history at you, okay, which might explain partly why they're doing this. In an interview at CES in 2025, Dan Clancy was giving an interview, and during that interview, he said that more than 2/3 of Twitch revenue comes from subscriptions. Okay. Now, I don't know if that was subs and bits or just subs. Okay. But think about this for a minute. Less than 1/3 of Twitch's revenue comes from advertising. Okay. Most of it's coming from subs. I guess the more people they can get with subs, or the possibility of getting subs, the better off they are, right? Because there are definitely a bunch of streamers who are out there streaming to 0, or streaming to 1, or streaming to 2. Okay. And there are a few of those people that would sub to their channel if they could, right? Well, it's not a lot, but if you have 10,000 streamers who are currently making you $0 because they haven't made an affiliate yet, and each of those 10,000 streamers gets 1 subscription, well, that's 10,000 subs. In the US, that would be like 30,000 extra dollars for Twitch. Okay, again, a little bit of a drop in the bucket, but it's a drop in the bucket they didn't have before, right? So I could totally see that. Now, I think there's a problem here. They've got a from day one comment in that open letter. And it's like, how do you stop scams, right? How do you stop somebody from throwing up a stream, raking in as much cash as they can before they get banned, and then doing it again, right? And I don't know if there's a good answer for that. I kind of like an idea where it's not as aggressive as the current affiliate program, which some people say is really easy and some say it's not. But what if they have to stream for X number of hours and X number of streams before they can turn on monetization? Okay. Will that matter? I don't know. The reality is, okay, maybe it just delays the scam train or the scam streams a little bit, but I don't know. That's definitely something to be interested in, and I'm really curious to see how they decide to roll it out. There have been a few things Twitch has done very well, and things like their stream together stuff that I think they've handled very poorly. But I like the change. I just want to see what the actual details are. Okay. Now, other things that it's going to bring in Twitch money. Twitch is rolling out a sponsorship portal. Okay. They're starting by partnering with Stream Elements, but they're also wanting to roll out their own thing. So basically what this does, and what Stream Elements does right now, is they sort of pull together some very generic sponsorships. And the idea is that a streamer can basically sign up for a sponsorship. They get a certain amount of money because that's how sponsorships work. But they have to do a certain number of things to get that money. So maybe they have to advertise the product, they have to call it out during their streams, right? All of that type of thing. It depends on the sponsorship. These things are, I'm not going to say easy, but they're easier to get if you have a large stream, right? Because these things are time intensive to set up, for the sponsor as well as the streamer. Okay. So sponsors don't want to waste their time on small fry, because time is money, right? All of the time that they have to put in to putting these things together, they have to recoup those costs before they see anything even from the advertising that they're getting from the sponsorship. Okay. So if you can automate that, and this is what Stream Elements has been doing, is, okay, we can automate this. The payouts tend to be lower, but it's a lot easier potentially for streamers to get into it. And I'm sure Stream Elements is taking a cut of that sponsorship fee. I think Twitch is wanting to get in on that action, so that if a sponsor wants to spend $1,000 on a streamer or to advertise on a stream, Twitch will shave off 10%, maybe not that much, but we'll say 10%. The streamer will get some of that, and then theoretically everybody's happy. Twitch makes money, streamer makes money, and the sponsor gets advertising, and hopefully they make money too, right? Now, the cool thing about these types of things is it does tend to bring in a little bit more money for smaller streamers, right? If you have 100 concurrent viewers, this is going to be great, right? If you have 1,000, at that point you can maybe start dictating your own or negotiating your own deals. If you're up there, you're Kai Cenat or somebody with tens of thousands of concurrent viewers, then it just rains money on you. Okay. I don't think these sponsorships are going to do any good for anybody who's below maybe a 50 CCV level. Okay. If you have below 50 concurrent viewers, I don't think you're going to get much, but we'll see. We'll see. Some of the sponsorships I've seen even on Stream Elements talk about needing like a 100 concurrent viewer floor. You can't even apply until you're at that level. So I don't know. I think it's nice. I think Twitch is trying to consolidate that whole streamer experience, which is why they've got an events overlay dealy bob built right into their system, right? They're trying to be a one-stop shop, which is fine, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Some things Twitch has done very, very well. Their moderation tools are amazing, and they've done a lot to help streamers and their mods deal with keeping their streams safe, as well as adding some things to help get problem people off the channel or off the platform. And I don't mean problem streamers, I mean trolls and things, though streamers are also sometimes problem people. Okay. Another change they're making, which I think is really good actually, is the idea of stream controlled promotions, right? So every September, Twitch does this thing called September, and it's a sponsored program where people can subscribe to your channel, and depending on the number of subs you get, so the last few years, the sponsor has then gift subbed or sent out gift subs to random people in the channel. So for example, every 5 subs, you'll get a gift sub for somebody else. So yay, streamers make a little extra money. Woo! They've also had a few other types of things where subscriptions are discounted. And some months, depending on the program, like September has fallen into this, Twitch takes the hit. So instead of paying $5 or $6 for the sub, maybe you're paying $4.50 or $5.50 or something, right? And Twitch will take the hit. You still, as a streamer, I would still get all the money for the sub, and they would get something else. Okay. Other times, Twitch has run the promo. The viewer gets to get the sub cheaper, but the streamer also gets less. Okay. And as a streamer, this bothers me, right? Because hey, you're hitting my income without asking me. So what Twitch is doing now with their new promo events is they're going to, one, allow streamers to opt out of Twitch promos. So if Twitch has a promotion that would reduce the amount of money that I would get as a streamer from each sub, I can tell Twitch, no, I'm not okay with that. Sorry, no, I don't want to do that. That's awesome. The more power you can put in the hand of the streamers for stuff like this, the better. Another thing they're doing is allowing streamers to offer their own sub promotions. Now, this would be on their channel only. So I could roll out a promo, and if you subscribe to me on my channel, which is how that happens, I could say, hey, everyone gets 5% off your sub this month. I'll take the hit because I'm not going to I can't force Twitch to take the hit, just like they should be able to force me to take the hit on a promotion. But if I've got an event like, hey, it's the anniversary of becoming partner or becoming an affiliate or of starting to stream or whatever, I can offer promotions on my channel and, maybe bring people in, right? The same thing, maybe it's a birthday, maybe I'm doing a subathon, something like that, right? I could offer promotions like that. Okay? And that becomes a choice, right? Just like a store can choose to run a sale. That's awesome, right? Giving streamers more control over the experience on their channel is generally a good thing. Now, there are a couple of other things coming out, also monetization-wise, that I think are going to be interesting. One, Twitch has been playing with a react button for, primarily it's on mobile, but they want to do it on desktop too. And the idea is that while you're watching a stream on your phone, you'd have a quick button at the bottom of the stream that's a reaction. Okay, YouTube does reactions, right? It's hearts or celebration dealy bobs or smiley faces or whatever, right? So the idea is that on Twitch, you'd have the thing, and then you could just tap that button, and every time you do, it throws a bit or 10 bits or something at the streamer with the reaction. Okay. I want to say TikTok does something like this, but I've never watched a live stream on TikTok, so I don't know. But it's certainly a way while people are watching stream on mobile, that's a fast way of sending those bits. Okay. Now, bits are great for a streamer in a lot of ways because every bit is a cent. Twitch doesn't take anything from it there. So Twitch takes their cut off the top, right? I buy $140 worth of bits, and I get 120 bits. Boy, that math didn't work out well. But in any case, I spend more than I would be able to give out, right? Oh, it's too early in the morning for me to math. Okay. Right. So anyway, that's the idea. The other thing they want to do, and this is something they could have been doing for years. This is something Mixer did way back in the day, is allow streamers to create what they call power-ups. Okay. Now, Mixer, when they had their MixPlay board, they allowed you to build out an interface where people could give you basically channel points, or I forgot what they called their actual monetary currency, gems or something like that. But they give you either of those things, and embers, maybe it was, and things would happen on your stream, right? Whatever you decided would happen. Well, Twitch stole some of that idea with channel points. And yeah, you could hit a channel points button, and maybe it plays a quote, maybe it changes the color of the lights in the background, who knows what it does, right? But the streamer gets control over that. But you can only do it through channel points. Well, Twitch has been testing what they call power-ups, which are powered by bits, which means money, okay? And some of them are really simple. It's like, oh, we will gigantify this emote, or I forgot what the other two things are. A special highlight thing on the chat and things like that, okay? Twitch finally got to the conclusion that, hey, maybe streamers want to build their own things, right? Now, a lot of streamers, and I know I'm certainly one of them, have things that happen if you donate a certain number of bits. There's just no way of advertising it, right? So if someone were to donate 50 bits on my stream, it plays a line from Army of Darkness, I think, and it's Ash saying groovy, right? And they're like at 200 bits, it's a jump scare, right? It's a creeper sound or something like that, right? And so I could drive a lot of interactivity using bit amounts, but you kind of have to know they're there, right? Oh, I want lightning to crash. Oh, that means I have to, look it up. It's 210 bits. Okay, go. Well, this way you could just build out a list of power-ups and boom, right? It'd be great. Again, this is fabulous from a streamer perspective. Now, for the biggest streamers, I don't know how much this is going to do. I know that even at the 1,000 CCV level, it's easy to get too many things that will make your stream unwatchable. Okay, so anything that's generating noise or lots of other things, that becomes a problem. Okay, so, okay. But there could be other things that happen with that too. So the nice thing is, if it's driven by the streamer, they can decide what they do with it, which is awesome. Okay. Now, I know I'm running really long. There are a couple of other things they're doing here. They're doubling the number of ambassadors. They're focusing on like Latin America and a few other places. The Twitch ambassadors are often, they're Twitch streamers who get a little bit of behind the scenes. They're sort of an advisory council in some ways for Twitch. And they got a couple of other benefits. As Twitch is trying to roll out and push services to more places outside of the United States and outside of Europe, they're growing the program to match. The other thing they're doing, which I think is really cool, is they're expanding their moderator tools so that you can do better moderation on a mobile device, right? Like on Android. I think they have a mod view for Apple, but they're adding their mod view for Android, which is awesome. They're also working on a system so that if you had a violation as a streamer, right, you get banned because, whatever, you got overly excited and you, I don't know, violated some rule, copyright, you dropped an N-bomb or something on somebody, right? It's like, okay, we'll ban you for a day, a couple of days, or whatever the week is. But those add up. It's like, okay, well, I've learned. I haven't done that in years, but something else happens. Well, but that whole history is with me, and now my channel's gone forever. Yeah, no. So what Twitch is doing is they're trying to help their streamers learn to be better by letting ancient history disappear and letting violations expire over time. The amount of time it takes to expire is going to depend on the violation. And they've talked about this some in other places, but it's an interesting, I think it's a good thing. Okay. There are definitely people who, yeah, they screwed up once and they're trying to be better, but nobody's perfect. And so, if I have something like my history from 5 years ago, I don't want it to kill my stream now, even though I've had a clean track record for the last 5 years, right? And I think Twitch is making a good choice here. I think they're going to have to tweak this some, but because there's definitely going to be people who are going to try to push the boundaries of that a bit, as there always are, right? So we'll see how this goes. Now, and I said, it's Twitch has had some great things coming, and they've made some really weird choices. I think most of these are good because they are changes that are, especially on the monetization side, they are changes that have more control given to the streamer. And that is typically a good thing. Having Twitch force certain power-ups on a streamer, especially ones that change the presentation of the stream, that I think is a bad thing. But giving them options to take advantage of that I think is good. That I think is really cool, and we can work with that. Okay. So let me know what you think. All right, there are links in the show notes for all of this stuff. The open letter, Clancy's interview, and another blog post Twitch had about their sponsorship deals. So check that action out. Let me know what you think either in the comments or join me in the Discord. I'm happy to chat about things there. And just a reminder, people who subscribe at musicfreegaming.com get access to the podcast a little early. So if you want to hear the show early, check that out over there. And speaking of monetization, and until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Static signing off.